Here we go. Testing, testing. Mic check, mic check. All right, all right, all right. What's today? It's Wednesday. So, welcome back to another Wisdom Wednesday discussion. As always, I am Science Inspire, your guide, generating, uplifting, inspiring, developing, and empowering you to live inspired every day, forever. Because that's life. Today, excellence in action, focusing beyond tasks. Or, in other words, it's not what you do, but how you do what you do that makes you, you. I'll say that again. It's not what you do, it's how you do what you do that makes you, you. And we are all wondering, how you do that? So today we're talking along the lines of what we always talk about, right? Self. We want to uplift, empower, and inspire. But today's topic of discussion, it came in the ninth inning. I'm sitting and I'm like, you know what? What is it that, what are we going to talk about this week? Because I've been having probably my best summer ever. And I ain't been doing anything. I haven't been doing anything. And it's been the best summer ever. And it's because not what I'm doing, but just how I'm doing it. It's like I'm doing the same things, right? I still have the same concerns that everybody else has. I still have the same, experiences and the negating experiences as well as the positive experiences. But for me at least, I found how to do it. And my focus isn't what I'm doing as much anymore. So what we're going to talk about or highlight today is going to be the quality of care that we're giving ourselves. We're going to talk about quality. This is what this is about. What you do versus how you do. Almost like quantity versus quality, or doing it for the love of it and doing it for the attention. We're going to talk about detail in work, and we're going to talk more so about putting all these things together and how they contribute to our overall experience and excellence. Because one of the first thoughts that I'm going to put this out there, this came to me this morning, and I want to say retweet it, but I don't really tweet like that. I put it out on Threads. That's what it was. And I uploaded it to my IG. And I'm actually going to start putting that stuff in Noom Vibe, because you can do that as well. But it was basically saying that in the midst of pain, that's where we meet progress. Like while we're in that and you're hurting, and I'm in the gym, and as you're pushing through whatever set that is or whatever rep you're on, it's in that moment of that pain where you're just like, you feel like you can't go no more, that you feel like the world is closing in, or the walls are closing in on you, the sky is falling. In the midst of that moment, that's where we meet progress. And so that's why I say it's not about what you do. Because when you are focused on how to do, meaning the process of it, putting it all together, you're enjoying that. When it's about what we do, Hey, that's what we were doing majority of our lives. That's what we have been doing. It's like, I just know I gotta do this to get over there. I gotta work to provide a life for myself. Like, this is what we're telling ourselves what to do. Even though we don't necessarily know how to do, we are still going to tell ourselves what to do. And that's based off of what? Okay, so in the midst of that pain, we meet progress. Unless we avoid it, then you don't meet progress. And avoiding it is not always simply like, I don't want to address it or I'm going to go the other way. Avoidance is also not acknowledging the truth, the facts of the matter. So avoidance can also just be, being overwhelmed to the point where you just don't have the space. So you're working. And by the time you do get off, all you can do is, oh, life, this is so much. You don't have the space or time to analyze, to reflect. So within that pain, you're in that pain, you don't meet that progress because you don't have the space. So you're just pain. This hurts. We have to create that space, take that time, whatever that looks like for you. That could simply just mean you just took time and sat down for a few minutes just to relax. Let it all roll off your back. You got off of work and you just, all right. But we stay in that pain because we're focused on it. We talk about it. We complain about it. That keeps us from the progress. The progress is the light bulb. I see why this is happening. Okay, I got to do something to adjust. So the quality and attention to details. When we're in that, when we are constantly expressing that pain, like the disapproval, the lack of satisfaction with your current state, how life is right now. When that's all we focus on, we're not paying attention to the details. The details are in between that, in the midst of that. So it's why focusing on how work is done. Okay. It's more so like the problem is my job. And I keep talking about the problem being my job and how I hate it and how I hate it. The details are the questions that we avoid, that we don't ask ourselves. The why. So if we're talking about quality and attention to detail, quality, you are unsatisfied with the quality of your life. Now the details are what's affecting that and how. It's my job. How is it affecting it? Because it doesn't allow me to do this, this, and this. And if I was able to do A and B, then I would arrive at C. And then you see that, and now you're understanding, okay, so where is it that I have to adjust? Instead, we're not necessarily focusing on how the work is done. We're not focusing on how that affects us. We're not focusing on the details. It's all surface. The quote unquote big issues. What is the problem? This is my job. It's in the way. Great. So then you leave that one for one that pays more because that's what we thought it was. And then you find out that's not it. Details that we overlook. Focusing on how the work is done, which we overlook. So many times, personally, having a brand in business, I'm running into other brands, other businesses, entities, individuals who don't focus on the how. The main question is why all the time. Why? Who is it? What is it? Why? If you answer those three questions, people will basically like almost throw money at you in a way, right? So if you can come in and say who it is or who you are, what you do or what the problem is, and why you're needed or why it helps, that's all they care about. And when you think about it, it's like, yeah, because you're saying who, what, why. Who you are, who you are, or who the problem is, what it is, and why you need this or why it's affecting you. Those three questions, we believe, like they answer everything. In a sense, they clarify, but they create a lot more problems because there's no how in there. Once you figure out who, what, and why, your next question should be, okay, how does this apply to my life? How do I apply it to my life? How is it going to affect me? How is it going to be of benefit? But what we think of is, I have a problem. I need more money, which means I need a job, which means I'm going to go look for jobs that pay me more money. We rarely think about, okay, how does that affect me? How is this job that's paying me more? How is this opportunity? How is this gig, whatever it is? How is that going to affect me? How is that going to serve me? How is that going to impact me? Because yes, the job, the opportunity, the contract is great. And you're looking at the numbers and you're like, I'm going to be paid 6 figures to do this. And it's going to be so easy, so fun, whatever. And you start doing it. And you realize what you're exchanging. Maybe you didn't see that. Yes, I'm getting paid more, but they're also demanding more of my life. I have more money to do things and travel and have fun, but I have less time to actually enjoy it. I have less space to do these things with. But this is what I asked for. I asked for a business, but I didn't understand how to run it. So now it's running me. And now I'm uncomfortable. Now I'm overwhelmed. If I ask those same questions, who, what, why, and add the how, I would have more clarification personally. My individual self will have greater understanding. This is what we're lacking. We know why it's going to be beneficial to society, to the business, to the government, to the state, but you don't know why it's beneficial to you or how it's affecting you. You know it's affecting you. You feel it, but you just keep going. Because the how isn't important. The why is. So your back is hurting. You're sick, but you keep going because the why is important. Not the how am I going to produce a quality existence of life from here on. Not how I'm going to show up and be effective. It's just why I got to do it. Because if I don't, no one else will. If I don't, my bills won't get paid. If I don't, that's pressure. Once you know how it affects you, how it applies, that why becomes more clear. This is why I do it. And then this is how I do it. And personally, that's something that I experience now and have experienced. When I was not understanding value, quality, and priority. I didn't really know what things to value, or I had the wrong things valued. I didn't give quality time, quality space. I wasn't even asking for quality, it was quantity. And priority. Everything was a priority except for me. So you call me, you need me at work right now, even though I'm off and I promised my family I was going to go do something, my girlfriend, my friend, whatever. Okay, all right, I'll be there. Even though I don't want to. I have no choice because they're a priority. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to be able to go. I know I said that I would and I promised and all this, but my job's calling me and da-da-da-da-da. You stupid job and I hate it, but I'm their priority. So think about that. I keep saying a job or work because I know a lot of us face that. But this is also family, friends. This is also opportunities. This is also a spouse. Think about what we're prioritizing. Problems. We prioritize problems in our lives and wonder why we got problems in our lives. That job that you cannot stand, you wake up, oh, damn place, I gotta go in here again. You prioritize them. Because on your day off, they call you, you jump up, you run, and you complain, you grouch. You're not satisfied. And yet that's what we prioritize in our life. Because the why is most important. I need them. Why? Because they provide the finances that allow me to take care of my bills in my life and da-da-da-da-da. And I can't see a way of doing that without them. So even though I'm disgruntled, even though I hate this situation or I dislike this situation, I'm going to stay here and continue because they're the priority, which means I believe that their quality, which means that all my value goes outside of me to somewhere else. And when we do that, is it not funny that we always end up on the opposite end, in the spot where we should have been all along? We get fired from the damn job. We lose the relationship. We lose the opportunity. We lose the money. Because we're focused on not how it's done, not the excellence in action. We're not focusing beyond the task. It's just a task. We're just checking boxes. I know I got to do this, check this box, check that box. So where's the quality? It's quantity in what you're doing. Where's the value? You are providing them with value as you receive little to none. You prioritize them and they push you aside. Quality and attention to detail. And see, I want to share this before I go on and forget about it. I recently was working at a school. Yep, recently. I was not a teacher, though I teach all the time. I guide, I mentor, I coach. I was not a teacher at this school because that's not how I didn't apply that way. When I first moved to Texas, I didn't have a job. I didn't have nothing. I'm coming from another state. I need somewhere to go. So I started working for a friend's business doing cleaning services. Now, mind you, I was just like a few years ago, I was head of security at General Dynamics, information technology. One of the biggest companies, contractors. It was a cushiony job. It's not like I was making world-beating money, but I was good. And I liked what I did, to an extent. So once I transitioned from that and now I'm coming to Texas, I never envisioned myself cleaning nothing. Cleaning up for somebody else? You crazy? That's what I ended up doing. Beggars can't be choosers. And if you don't know, little caveat, we did a discussion about that maybe about 3 weeks ago. So after this discussion, if you want to go back, profile, scroll down a few talks, you'll see beggars can't be choosers as one of our discussion topics. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. I never thought that I was going to be cleaning, but that's what I found myself doing. And I'm talking about like cleaning, like if you've never seen the movie Set It Off, you're not gonna understand this. But if you've seen the movie Set It Off, I'm cleaning like that. Like my my guy is Lucius. This is his company, and we just going around buildings, cleaning buildings. I'm talking about I'm running. I'm doing Uber during the day, and this is in the dead of summer. Like, listen, it was 2023. That was 2022. So 2022 in the summer, boy, it was hot as hell. It's hot as hell this summer. Texas is just hot as hell, period. It might be hell. No, I'm just playing. Or am I? Anyway, not only was it hot, but gas prices were like $5 plus. And I drive a truck with a Hemi. So it was not pretty at all. And so I'm running all day in the daytime, then I'm cleaning at nighttime. Sometimes I get done midnight, 1 a.m., go to sleep, wake up 5 hours, 4 hours later, run it again. Because I had to get up for me. So I didn't have to work in the mornings. No, I didn't have to work in the mornings. However, if I didn't get up for me, then I wouldn't have any time for me. So it wasn't about what I was doing, because I'm working like everybody. But I started to focus on how I was doing it. I don't have a problem working. But if I'm just working and not receiving nothing, what am I doing? And when I say not receiving, it's like you go to work, you get off, you go to sleep, you wake up, you go to work. I had enough of that. And so I just decided, you know what? I'm going to start taking time for myself. Oh, well, if I got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, then I'm getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Started going to the gym. I started to challenge myself. I'm going to wake up early. Even off a few hours of sleep, I'm going to wake up early so I can have that time for me. Because if I'm not doing that, I am sleeping up until the time it's time to go to work. So now I'm waking up. Oh, let me get a bite to eat. Then I'm going into work. Like, if you've ever worked night shift, this how that night shift I have us. You'll work all night, dreaming, can't wait to get off to go to sleep. Get off, and for whatever reason, burst of energy coming, and you can't go to sleep. Now you just up. Now you like, damn, what? All right, I'm going to be up. Because 9 times out of 10, when we get off late graveyard, you got to get it how you live. You like, look, this is the only time I basically have to go to the stores and do a lot of that. So now you have to prioritize that. Now you got to go grocery shopping or go to the bank or do whatever it is. Then you still got to come back and get that sleep. And you're trying to go to sleep in, like at Brock, in the midst of the daytime, when the sun's still out. So what began to happen was, like, I became disoriented with life in a sense, because the times that I would be asleep, I'm up. And the times that I would normally be up, I'm trying to find a way to be asleep. So you always find yourself like, it's like chasing. Like I could never like get comfortable in a sense. It was like I'm always tired. I'm never sleep. I'm always working, never off. So that was playing in the back of my mind, and I had to begin to establish a routine for myself. So it began to be how I do this. I'm going to do something for me because that is going to allow me to do this. The only way I'm going to be able to sustain this is if I change my how. I know why I'm doing it, but how I do it has to be different. And so continuously improving. When you have developed your process or you understand the process, you also have to improve it. And one thing we used to be told in boot camp was hydration is continuous. They used to tell that to us all the time, which meant that you never stop hydrating. You're always doing it. We shouldn't have to tell you, you're always doing it. And so improvement should be continuous. We shouldn't have to be told to improve. You should be continuously improving, finding ways to improve. However, what makes that difficult is they've put it in our mind. They've already put a finish line in our mind since we're kids. What do they tell you? You're going to grow up, you're going to get a job, you're going to get married, and that's the end. And we do that, and we like, I'm miserable. Or they say, you're gonna work, and then you're going to retire. And you do that, and then you're like, hey, welcome to Walmart. What you doing? Why are you working? Because I'm bored. I need something to do. Because we were not made to give up. You were made resilient. If you didn't know that, I want to be the first to tell you. You was made to be resilient. You know how they say, built Ford tough? Ford ain't got nothing on how God built you. Like you're built God strong. You got God strength. You don't tap into it. That don't mean it ain't there. You was born resilient. So when we give up, this is why we have the consequences we do, because that ain't what you're supposed to be doing. Continuously improving. Continuously improving. Nonstop. That doesn't mean it's every day. No. As we're hitting these walls, boom. That's the sign. You got to improve something. You're going to either go through it, go over it, or go around it. I guess you can also go under it, right? But that wall is telling you, hey, whoa. You can't go no further right now. Think of this life as like a video game. Have you ever played a video game and it's like you get stuck? The game ain't over. You quit? Nah, this game sucks. I'm stuck. No, it's telling you missed something. There's something that you still need to do before this door opens for you. Yet we hit these walls and, we hit a period of stagnation and we think, oh, it's over with. Just give up. Damn. No. Step back. Reflect. Analyze. You have to do something. Maybe you forgot something back there. You left something over there. You weren't meant to give up. We might give in, but we ain't never giving up. And so ways that we can look to integrate improvement continuously in our lives is challenges. I'm not talking about TikTok, Instagram, social media challenges. No. But the same way that they challenge you on social media, on these apps, the same way, my Duolingo, right? This is why I put it down for this reason, because I'm weird, bro. I cannot have nothing control me, period. I don't give a damn what it is. The moment that I feel like I need this or it's controlling me, I'm just going to put it down. Like I said, no, I ain't doing Duolingo. Why? Because I'm tired of this app telling me every day, pressurizing me to say, don't miss out on a day. Like it gives you that, and you don't want to miss out on a day. It said something to me the other day. It said, I don't like people who miss a day. Tap in now or in the next 30 minutes. And it's like, bro, I got enough of this shit in my life as it is to be looking at my phone, constantly getting notifications from this app, that app, emails telling me, hurry, don't miss out. What? And it's like, what? Now I feel like, oh, I didn't do Duolingo today. Oh, man, my life is, man, get out of here. But the same way that it's notifying you, you empower yourself and you be the first to notify you. You create the notification system for yourself. Turn that social media shit off. And challenge yourself to say, you know what? It's 12 o'clock. Let's get 15 minutes of walking outside in. Yeah, it's hot. So what? You can take a shower. Because we sitting in these hot ass office spaces and in these hot seats. That ain't bothering us. But when we talk about wanting to improve ourselves, we're going to make an excuse about it's hot outside or I don't got the right shoes or, no, man, don't nobody care about that. The same way that you found a way to go to those places that you don't like going to be with that person you didn't like being with, you can make that same excuse for why you're going to do it for yourself. For how you're going to do it for yourself. So again, add a daily challenge. And when you're thinking of something, well, what could be a challenge? The thing that you're avoiding, that one thing that you think is so hard to do, or the one thing that you have put off and said, I need to do this thing, and you've been saying you need to do that forever. Like how I kept coming on here saying, hey, we're going to be uploading on YouTube. And then I realized the only person that's going to do that is me. Oh, so now I had to cut YouTube off. Because I was watching YouTube and I'm like, I got YouTube to post. I'm over here watching people talk to me. And I'm like, wait, whoa. I create talks too. But if I'm watching you talk all the time, I'm not creating my talks. If I'm watching your channel all the time, then who's building my channel? And then I stopped. I said, hey, who building my channel? So I said, you? Oh, shit. Oh, I'm the only one here. Who am I talking to? Me. I wanted somebody to hopefully help and do it for myself, but I'm not there yet. I don't have that team yet. I will. But this is part of that continuous improvement. Now I said, okay, so we're going to turn down the watching YouTube and turn up the producing for YouTube. So this weekend, I started to upload my discussions, my talks, and editing. Listen, one thing that's giving me the blues right now, that's challenging me. This is why this is one of my continuous improvement tasks. Is not even the editing, because what I noticed about myself is when I get into it, or I'm in it, I'm there. Like I find something about it that I really like. And when I get frustrated, it's when I'm blocked from doing something, or I don't understand why I'm not able to do something, and it's not something that I can change, right? Or to affect change. So we at a stoplight and you won't move. And I'm just sitting here like, now that's when my frustrations will start to activate. Like, all right, you're the problem and I'm not able to move you out the way. That's frustrating to me. If I have a problem and I'm the actual problem, I'll fix myself. But when it's you, see, now we got an issue. And so my issue has been with this storage. Being able to transfer discussions from one place to another place. It seemed like you run out of storage. so fast now, and now they're selling you more storage and more. It's like, damn, how much? Like, how do we all have a problem like in this country, the world, with money? Like, we have recessions, and we supposed to be, the dollar's losing its value, but these prices steady going up. I mean, we're paying for every damn thing. Talk for another day, but so for me, I've challenged myself to tackle that on the daily, or at least at certain points throughout the week. Because if, as I'm able to tackle that, it improves me. I learn and I understand better the process of producing my content. I know how it should look, where it should go, what I want. So when I do get the team, I can direct them better and say, nope, this is what I want, because I've done it. If we avoid those those areas of improvement, if we fail to continuously improve, then what's happening is we end up relying on somebody else or something else. And again, I just told you where I get frustrated. That's also where you get frustrated. When that thing fails and you don't understand why it failed. When something said that it was going to be there for you and it's not there. And now whatever you needed isn't produced because of that thing. So your phone failed. What you gonna do about that? And it caused you to lose out on something. That's frustration. Because how do you change that? What were you supposed to do? Make a better phone? No, you relied on the phone to be there when you need it, and it let you down. So as we continuously improve, we're able to be there for ourselves when we need it most. This isn't about just get rid of everybody else and just being a hermit and by yourself. No, this is about how we're going to be effective in life around others. You got to develop yourself. This is focusing on the how. How do you live inspired every day? Continuously improve. How do you reach the levels that you want to reach? Continuous improvement. How are you more efficient and more effective? Continuous improvement. Those who continuously improve will continuously be rewarded. If we're continuously complaining, we're continuously avoided. And so we need to take a step back more often and not be afraid to do that. It's okay to see where you have failed. That's okay. Because you're looking to see, where did I trip, slip, fall, and how can I ensure that that doesn't happen the next time? If you don't want to see that, this is why you keep slipping, tripping, and falling. And now DMX is in my head. Hey, yo, I'm slipping. I'm falling. I can't get up. Hey, yo, I'm slipping. I'm falling. I got to get up. Back on my feet. That's what we need to be saying to ourselves. I'm slipping. I'm falling. I can't get up. That's letting me know what's happening. I'm acknowledging what's happening. I'm slipping. I'm falling. And I can't get up. Then we do it again. Yo, I slipped. I fell. But I got to get up. Why? Because I got to get back on my feet so I can go tear shit up. So I can go continuously to improve. So I can go continuously become the person I am meant to be. So I can continuously receive the rewards, the blessings. I can't do that. I'm not able to do that if I'm continuously slipping and falling and now I'm not getting up because I just gave up. Acknowledging what's happening, that's empowerment. Okay, I see this, what's happening. See, what we're doing, we're complaining, we're griping. We going, this is what's happening to me. And then somebody says, Well, you can do this. Nah. Okay. Bye-bye. When you are saying this is what's happening in a way that you are reflecting to understand how to resolve that, now you empower yourself. Because the next time that happens, it's not, I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. It's going to be, oh, snap, I'm slipping and I'm falling right now. So you're going to catch yourself. You're going to start looking for places to land because you've acknowledged it before, so you know where you're at. I know what's happening right now. Okay, I get this. All right, cool. I done failed. Don't worry, I'm going to get back up. And then you start putting those steps in place to get back up. Reflection is something that's very important to me because I'll just say this, things that are very important to me now are the things that I thought wasn't important before. They are now important to me. And when I didn't know anything about reflection, because I didn't want to think back on those things, not like that. I'll think about the past to traumatize myself and put me into pain so that I can excuse myself from doing whatever. But I'm not going to reflect on a moment to draw out understanding because it was too painful. So we only reflected on the pain. We only reflect on the hurt. The what. Never the how. Not the how it happened, but how you reacted, how it impacted you, how you would change it. We just want to see how I can avoid it. So I got hurt by this person before, so now I just avoid them. And I think that it's going to be better for me. It's not. Short term, yes. And if we keep avoiding in the short term, we can push it to the back of our mind until can't push no more. Now it's at the forefront of your mind all the time, and it's pushing you. We don't have to allow ourselves to be made uncomfortable before we start creating. It seems like we have to be uncomfortable before we will create a way for ourselves, before we will create an understanding. You don't have to wait. You can start doing that now. Start creating a way now, and what happens? If you create a way, there is a way. And if you don't create a way, they in the way. They is everything. Because you're not creating a way, it feels like everything is in your way. And it is. Because you didn't create a way, so this ain't your way. You're actually in our way. Can you move? This is what life is telling you. Life is a plan. Life is purpose. So it knows where it's going. And it's directing you, and you're in the way. And what we think is that we're going to run over life. No. Life is going to run over you. Unless you are willing, able, and ready to begin to create. To be the resilient person you were born to be. Because again, you weren't born to give up. You were born resilient. This is why you're always talking about of what you've been through. If you weren't born resilient, we'd be talking right now of, we wouldn't even be here. We're like, yeah, yep. Yeah, look, we're replaying it. We're watching the review. Like, yep, that's where I messed up. Yep. Too bad I don't get a second chance because I do it different. But you're always talking about what you've been through. In order to talk about what you've been through, you had to make it through it. You ain't in it. You made it through it. Resilient. And so the last thing that I'll finish off with is just reminding and imploring us to be leaders. I want to remind you that you are a leader, and I want to implore you to be a leader. Because if you are a leader, you should be a leader. We plan follow the leader. But if you are a leader, then you lead by example. So you're following plans. You're following procedures. You're following purpose. And so think about ways that you can lead by example in your own life. Be that example for you in your own life. What ways can I be the example for myself today? Don't even focus on other people and how you want to help. That's great. And we'll get there. I promise you, you'll still help others. By asking yourself, how can I be the example for me? Because if I am able to lead and be an example for myself, do we not think we won't be an example for somebody else? This is how you become recognized as a leader. Excellence in action, not in contemplation. Excellence in action. It's happening. So we got to get moving. You got to start acting out on those thoughts, on your passions. This is going to be one way you're going to lead by example for yourself. You're going to say something and then you're going to do something about it. You're not just going to say it and then excuse it. You're going to say it and you're going to do it. This is how we're going to begin to lead by example. I got to pull this up real quick. I just